I don't suppose you could give me a sample of your brain tissue for study purposes?
You betcha. Just spare the visual cortex. No sense being blinded by science. Students, welcome to Gosu Academy. Today we study the Colonist missions and help Dr. Hanson save her people. We get the Firebat, the Hellion, and the Viking, and mostly Zerg research points.
Incoming transmission.
Thank you so much for responding to our distress call, Commander. I'm Dr. Ariel Hanson, and I represent the people of the Agria colony.
Pleasure to meet you, Doc. You can call me Jim. What's the situation?
The Zerg have overwhelmed our planetary defenses. The colony is lost. For the past 12 hours, we've been evacuating people to the nearest starport, but the Zerg attacks have become so intense, we can't get any more through. If you can guard the highway, we can start sending the remaining groups every few minutes.
Don't worry, Doc. We'll get your folks through to that starport safe and sound.
I pray you're right, Commander. The Zerg are more terrible than I ever imagined.
First up, the evacuation. We need to reach the settlement, get 50 colonists safely to the spaceport. That'll take at least 5 trips, hopefully no more. And not let 20 colonists die. Bonus objective, find 3 DNA chrysalises. You might think the first thing to do is head for the base, and that makes sense, but it isn't the first thing to do. Let's go get some free resources first.
Scorched earth. Say the word.
Thank goodness you're here. I'll give you control of the main building so you can help us evacuate the colony.
When we get to the base, we'll begin the dance of balancing SCV production with troop production, with occasional building of supply depots and then other buildings. And then after a bit, we'll escort the colonists up the road. For probably the first pass, we can just tag along behind here and adequately protect this. Once we get up near the top, you'll see the second of 2 bunkers. We're not too interested in protecting it or using it. We do want to get this chrysalis, though.
Well done.
There are 3 achievements you can try if you want. Completing the objectives, completing the mission on normal without losing a transport truck, that's not too hard, completing the mission on hard without losing or salvaging a structure. And that one will require you bulking up your forces at the bunkers and using SCVs to repair. And that's the achievement we're obviously not worried too much in this particular run through. Now you can't just tag along behind the vehicle all of the time. That doesn't work very long. Getting out in front is essential, otherwise the convoy will get spread out too much and be exposed. You need to get out in front so you can fight what's there, and as you're fighting it, the transport will come up by you, and then you'll be able to catch up with it and stay up with it. On the way back down, you'll need something to do. One thing you can do is head down and pick up another chrysalis on this side. There'll be light opposition, but you can get most of the way down there to pick up resources.
Bad news?
Commander, another convoy will be heading out soon.
We're going to get a little bit overwrought here when we hear this announcement and head back before we really need to. We could go further south. We'd have time, since we don't need to come all the way back down to meet this transport, just about as far as where that first bunker is.
Roger that. Affirmative.
Now we've escorted another transport or 2. How many have we escorted? 3 of them. And on the way back down, we're going over to this other side to pick up that chrysalis. Now this isn't too hard, but I guarantee you if you headed north into that black area, it would become really adventurous really quickly. Good idea not to do that. Unless you're
gonna give me orders? Looking forward to it.
pretty sure you want a good fight. And here we go. Drop pods coming down. Nidus worms popping up. All kinds of fun. And then this is called success.
We've lost the colony, but my people got out alive, thanks to you, Commander.
Mm-hmm. He's been doing that for a while. He helped those colonists into the wasteland years ago, and now he's still lending a hand.
Welcome aboard, Doc.
Donnie Vermillion, UNN. We've got Kate Lockwell on remote feed from Agria, a fringe colony. Are you there, Kate? Okay, we seem to be having a sound problem with... I'm being told Emperor Mangsk is going to address us directly. Let's take you to his announcement, already in progress.
My finest military minds are being brought to bear, and it's my pleasure to announce that they'll soon be led by the hero of Taurus himself, General Horace Warfield.
Warfield? I thought he retired years ago.
With General Warfield at the helm, and our finely honed Dominion military under his command, I have every confidence that this new Zerg threat will be contained very soon.
There you have it, viewers. With Warfield in command, the Zerg swarm will be defeated in no time. Up next, Raynor ups his campaign of terror just as the Zerg reappear. Coincidence? You decide after these messages.
So what are we looking at, Doc?
Our readings indicate some kind of bio-infestation is spreading through the refugee camps. Even the buildings are being covered by it.
I've seen this kind of thing before. It's a Zerg virus. All we can do is burn it out.
Ah, Outbreak. Dr. Hanson has a new problem. But she and Jim can fix most anything, standing together. All we need to do here is blast 144 Zerg structures, and as a bonus, 2 infestors. Now it's daytime and we're safe then, but nighttime is coming, and that's why we're bunkering up. They only come out at night, as Edgar Winter observed.
Complete.
Where did that album go?
My attention. SCV ready.
At any rate, we have a few minutes to macro up. We need to solidify our northeastern defenses, the 2 entrances up there, build a lot of supply depots, and get ready to move out.
Hey, hotshot. I got schematics to build them Hellions you saw in Marsara. Should be good down there.
Hellions are what happens when a bunch of yahoos mount big weed burners on the front of 4-wheelers.
Rise and shine, boys. Now it's our time to do some damage.
Daylight's burning.
As you can see, we're encircled, so we'll circle around, wreaking destruction. Uh-oh, broodlings. What we need to do here is either move our Hellions up to buildings and have them hold, so when the buildings destroyed and the broodlings come out, they can turn their attention to the broodlings. Or if we're going to queue from building to building to building and just keep destroying building after building, which might lead them to ignore the broodlings, back the Hellions up with SCVs. Now here we are in the Colonist missions. But because we've previously done the Devil's Playground, we get Reapers, which are loads more fun.
Scans are picking up a unique Zerg biosignature. It appears to be a burrowing creature that is underground during the day and emerges only at night.
Well, looky here. 2 infestors. But they're only out at night, and it's very dangerous to go out at night. As it happens, we also have this, and that makes it easy. If you don't have this, station a force at the end of the day where the infestor will pop, kill it quickly at the beginning of nighttime, and then run. There is an achievement for destroying 15 infested structures at night, and also an achievement for finishing on normal before the 5th night, and then the achievement for just doing the objectives. It might be a little easier to do that achievement if you want to do it by knocking the strength down on a whole group of buildings to close to 0 and then waiting until nighttime to just finish them off quickly and run.
Upgrade complete.
The reason we're putting up defenses here is that we'll get attacked from behind soon. Let's hit this other infestor before it burrows.
Don't forget, you have to be back by dark.
Whatever that. Is that it? Coming.
Indeed, it's nighttime, and here's our attack.
What is that?
An aberration, which is powerful.
Is it human?
Well, look at this force. We probably could have cut a day off by dividing this army and hitting multiple spots at once. Oh well. Let's take a moment to study this fine vessel. Should have been called Semsa's Revenge, though.
Looking forward to it.
In a tribute to Overkill, here's the end, and news of the refugees.
Thanks for joining us. Our own Kate Lockwell is reporting live from the refugee ship Skinnerd 2 in orbit around the planet Meinhof.
Donnie, the death toll out here is soaring. Massive refugee fleets like this one are struggling to reach the safety of the core worlds. Many of them won't. They're short on food, water, and
Kate,
hope.
we'll discuss how the Dominion will rescue those worlds when we get there.
There's a lot of talk about rescue among the refugees, but they're pinning their hopes on paramilitary and rebel groups such as Rainer's...
Great report, Kate. Live from a refugee ship over Meinhof, where everyone eagerly awaits the Dominion's return. Up next, a Vermilion commentary. Refugees. Are they really our responsibility?
You're all heart, Donnie. Well, Ariel, found a world for your people yet?
Yes, an unclaimed planet called Haven. It's near the edge of Protoss space, but it seems safe enough.
Everyone is
You'll have
happy.
to do.
That means
Your
trouble
people
is
need to lay
coming,
low for a while.
as Matt can perceive.
Aren't either of you worried the colonists might be infested?
How could you even suggest that? They're perfectly healthy.
I hope so, Ariel. The Protoss don't mess around when it comes to infestation. Just in case, maybe you should start looking into some kind of cure for the Zerg virus.
Conventional wisdom says a cure is impossible. The virus mutates too fast. But I'll look into it.
Just do what you can.
Jim, I'm worried that something has gone very wrong.
We're almost to Haven, but there's still been no contact from... Sir, there's a Protoss fleet holding in orbit. They're disrupting all communications to the surface, and it looks like they're powering up their main weapons.
Jim, you have to stop this.
Matt, open a channel to the Protoss. Let's see how diplomatic they're feeling.
Intaro Tassadar, James Raynor. I am Executor Celendis. Your bravery and service to Ire are known to us.
Intaro Tassadar, Celendis. Listen, with all due respect, your fleet needs to pull back. The people on Haven are no threat to you.
Our observers detected Zerg hive spores infesting the colonists. They must be purified. If you wish to undertake this mission in our stead, we will permit it.
Jim, some of my people are infested. But you can't let the Protoss just destroy them all. If you keep the Protoss at bay, I know I can find a cure for the infestation.
The only cure for Zerg infestation is purification by fire. You know this to be true, James Raynor.
I can cure them, Jim. Believe me.
If you choose to resist us, we will meet in glorious combat. The choice is yours, James Raynor.
At Chakarama. So, we have to help Ariel or upset her. And that's a no-brainer. When you pick the Safe Haven mission, you will need to destroy the Protoss Purifier after destroying the 3 Protoss Nexi. That's what you have to do in Safe Haven. There are bonus objectives, and those are to destroy 3 Terrafleets.
Jim, the Protoss are already closing in on the colony. My people don't stand a chance.
We're gonna have to stop that purifier of theirs before it can wipe the whole place out. Get everyone evacuated to the main base, Ariel. If the purifier gets that far, we're done. Well, at least we can count on them being methodical. They'll stop to burn every settlement along the way.
You sure know how to pick a fight, cowboy. I got something that'll help you. I called in some favors and got us Viking schematics. Remember, they can change from a jet into a combat walker and back again. Pretty nifty stuff.
Jim, the Purifier's drawing power from several Protoss Nexus. Its shields are completely impenetrable. How can you stop something like that?
Easy. We knock out those Nexi first, then we take down the Purifier. Don't worry, Ariel. We'll stop them.
This better be good.
Standing by.
First, defend the base entrances and begin to build an economy and some Vikings. We'll be in action pretty soon. You can see the Purifier down there heading toward what's sort of a colony base, but that's not one we can do anything to help, and we're not even supposed to. There aren't actually any colonists.
The Purifier's coming into range of a
okay, so
colony
ignore that.
base.
Commander, a Protoss squadron is going after the colony ships. Those people don't stand a chance unless we stop it.
They're gonna destroy our ship. We're all going to die.
The achievements you can get here are on normal to save 3 colonist outposts. Save the colonists that are there, the Purifier still come. Or on hard to save 2, you gotta just save all 3, which are those 3 in the middle in any event. Having taken down the Terror fleet and helping those colonists escape, note that they've left behind minerals and resources. Be sure to get those. Those are very helpful. Now let's go get a Nexus. We have to take down 3 Nexi to depower that Purifier. This one's right by our base, obviously. We need to clear the air out. Really what we should have done here is build a missile turret backed by those refineries. And then when we moved back like this, we would have been able to lure them into its radius, and that would have made life a little easier. At any rate, having cleared the air out, we can land on the ledge. And blast the Nexus.
That's 1 Nexus down. Keep at it, boys. We gotta stop that ship.
Yes, indeed.
Send the Vikings back to base, repair them, and build a batch more.
Ready to plunder.
Here's a map.
That was a close one. Thanks.
Now we're down in the second base that we want to rescue. Blown up the second Terror fleet. Colonists are escaping. We're picking up the resources.
You ready for war? Fight or flight.
And here's something we can do at this last colonist base. You can set up missile turrets and they'll take down the Terror fleet. Unfortunately, if you just send an SCV down and queue a bunch of construction, you'll note what's happening here. The colonists tend to get in the way. That's fairly annoying and block the SCV and block things from happening. At any rate, we've taken that down.
Reach the next base.
Now we can go do something else. And of course, you don't have to do that just at the third base. You could do that at any of the three, or not at any of them at all. Now we'll go after the second Nexus, which is the exact same deal as we did with the first Nexus. Purifier at work. Please wear a hard hat. You don't have to take these down in this order, but it makes a lot more sense since you're getting a closer one, which is the weakest first, the middle one, which is probably second weakest next, and saving this one for last. This is definitely the worst. Unfortunately, arrogance has made us lazy, and we're going to get slaughtered by storms. Ah, hubris, the downfall of so many.
Our allies are being attacked. Base is under attack.
Purifier shields are offline, sir. Hit it now.
Well, we do have some Vikings we've just built.
Not enough.
We'll send them down to deal with the 3rd Terror Fleet.
Thank you. Those Protoss almost got us. Excellent work. The colonists in that settlement have been evacuated.
Spreading out minimizes the damage here, but if they get some, it might not hurt for everyone to dive into that vortex so everyone can come out at the same time and be safe in the meantime. Ultimately, it doesn't matter much if you lose all your aircraft as long as you still have some money, since collection of missile turrets will take this purifier right down.
So I guess this is goodbye, Doc. Now you've got a lot of cleaning up to do out there.
We'll manage somehow. I just hope you boys stay out of trouble.
Oh, wrong music.
You're a good man, Jim Raynor.
I ain't that good.
Welcome back. We've got good and bad news tonight from our UNN headquarters on Core Hall. The influx of refugees has dropped as various fringe worlders have found new planets on which to settle. For the bad news, let's go to Kate Lockwell. Kate?
What? Is the feed open? Hi. Yes. Hi, Donnie. Well, many of the refugees are starting new colonies, and they've declared themselves independent of the Dominion.
They have no faith in Emperor Mengsk's leadership.
Well, Donnie, they mostly seem like regular folks who are scared about the current crisis, and angry that the Dominion didn't do more to save them. Some of them have praised Jim
Thanks for that, Kate. You heard it here first. Serious questions about Emperor Mengsk's leadership across the fringe worlds.
Can he warn me when he's gonna do that?
Funny how people take it personal when you abandon them to the Zerg.
You do have to pick between Safe Haven or Haven's Fall, and that has some minimal effect on what happens in the rest of the missions, in that it determines whether, for instance, Dr. Hanson is on the bridge or in the lab or whatever later on to say this or that. However, if you pick one and you want to play the other, you can get onto the Hyperion Bridge, go in the mission archives, and play the other mission. Here's what it looks like. Now there are 4 bases around the map. These are Zerg bases you need to take out. The one we just circled is the first small one that makes the most sense. This one here has just popped up on the mini-map because it's a settlement, and from time to time settlements will be in the process of being taken over by the Zerg. There'll be a virophage there that's growing and you want to destroy it ideally before it pops. So we'll send our Viking force down here. This is pretty standard. Clear the air out because when you land you want to not have brood lords pummeling you. And then if you have a ledge like we do here, land on it. If there's no ledge, when you don't have a large force, it's better to land outside the base and march in so you're not getting picked at while you land. When you have a large enough force, you can just land on the virophage and blast it. Settlements keep getting attacked so long as the infested bases remain.
Base is under attack.
Very well. Yes, indeed.
So clear the air, land on the ledge, and blast the virophage.
Base is under attack.
Having saved that settlement, at least temporarily, it'll get reinfested if we don't take down these bases. We're off to the first base and we're going to get rid of it. Another settlement needing help. With enough forces now, we can land right in the base.
I knew Raynard'd save us!
We started attacking the east side base, diverted down to this settlement because it came under attack, and then we'll go up and finish the job at the east side base.
We'd all be dead without you.
On to the big northern base. The swarm is strong in this one.
Upgrade complete.
Now this is interesting. We found a settlement where game triggers are popping out units in preparation for a virophage, but the game hasn't actually sent out an alert yet about the settlement. But we'll just sit here and blast things.
Not enough minerals.
We can expand, although we don't need to.
Mayday! Mayday! That was too close. Thanks.
Mayday! Mayday!
We do need to destroy the last big base down in the south.
Sir, it's done. I'm not detecting any more Zerg, but we have a problem in the lab.
Oh no, that's too terrible to even think about that. We're not even going to go there. Next thing you know, we'll have to listen to Tosh bad-mouthing Ariel. Instead, let's think about these words.
Just don't lose sight of who you are. That's what's important.